Hi everybody, it's Lace, and this next video is going to go on how do I find events to go to or know what's going on. Well, there's quite a few different ways to go and do this. While we try to uh, collate everything into certain things, there are publishing deadlines and stuff, but you do have this that came in your new character, and it's called Player Events. There's also something called Avatar Circle, and there's Update of the Avatar, which is published every Friday by the dev team. And then as another resource, there is Avatar Circle. There may be even more. I don't know. Because sometimes you get websites that are competing with each other. I'm going to go over the ones that I know about because I use them as a new player. First of all, obviously, the one that comes in your inventory for player events would be a good starting point, and I'm going to double click that. Now you can see weekly events, and some guilds have weekly events based on the day of the week. As you click into those, like one of the ones that I first started going to, and I don't want to try to show favoritism or anything, but I'm going to show you things that were there when I first started. There's a lot more now. Strikers Happy Hour. This is a good way. This is a 1 hour thing, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. That's going to be 8 p.m. New Britannia to 9 p.m. And it's going to rotate where it's at, but you can find out where it's at because there's going to be tells and stuff. Right now the tells are kind of in the nobles chat, but if you asked your guild, I'm sure there's some noble in your guild that could tell you where it's at. It's also updated on the forums. Before we used to have things that would say R31 events, R32 events, R29 events, and everybody posts their events there, and that's how you could see it. Striker's pretty good about updating where that event's going to be, and again, I'm not trying to show favoritism or anything. He's not in my guild or anything like that, but it was one of the first events that I used to go to as a brand new player. And it's just a way to go meet other people. You could ask questions. You just kind of hang out and dance. You might be able to share some emotes and do some other stuff. So that's just an idea there. If we go back and if I hit this red bookmarker, it's going to take me back to the main page. So depending on the day of the week, I can find recurring events. Here's another one that, again, not trying to show favoritism, but these are the things that I discovered first, which allowed me to meet other players, and that says Church of the Dark Star on Saturdays from 11 to 12. Usually Amber Rain talks, and she will do it as a vocal thing as well as showing in a text chat at the specific location on one side of a particular subject. So like, let's say, I think today, what was the subject? Oh, goodness gracious. It was, I think today was rudeness, and just thinking about, while you may perceive something as rude, or somebody being entitled, and things like that. And then the other side of the coin, and she's coming from the side of chaos, where not necessarily certain things are bad, just because we perceive them as bad. You also get a contrary, no, complementary, I guess is the correct word, like complementary triangle or something. You get a complementary side that is the side of order, and Kaizen Phoenix Fire typically presents that, and sometimes we get a little guest speaker from Winfield who is going about balance between the two. So typically, depending on the subject, they all three are saying the same thing, but each one says it differently. And how you think about it in real life can actually help you grow to be a better person. I'm not trying to say, oh my goodness, it's a cult and go, but it just, taking 1 hour out of your playtime. Some people are like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I miss Harvest. But just taking that 1 hour to just think about things. It doesn't have to be about in-game things, because really the subject is about everything. So this is an event I really like a lot myself, and it's a recurring event on Saturday. Again, I don't want to try to be shown as picking favorites or anything, but I'm just showing what, as a brand new player, and I've only been around like about a year, these are the things that I found to do that I liked. Your experience and what your needs or wants and desires are different, and you're going to have to read through this book for that. I'm going to go back to the table of contents one more time. I'm going to hit that red bookmark. And this is another one that I again, as a brand new player, and your experience may vary. On Thursdays, we had Phoenix Republic PvE nights. They also have it on Fridays, and this is one of the first events. Again, as a brand new player, I found more events have been added over time, and I'm not to say this event's better than the another one that's at a conflicting time. This is just what was available when I started. As more guilds come online and more people do recurring events, there's going to be time conflicts, and you're going to have to choose your path, kind of like those storybooks. Pick your path. I'm just showing you the ones that I know about. I'm not trying to give, I don't know, recognition to one guild or a group of guilds over another. I know EVL is huge. On Wednesdays, I believe they have this huge PvP tournament. The problem is that's in a PvP zone, and if you go there, you're going to get pickpocketed, and you could be killed and be looted and all this. That's not my thing. I'm not saying their event's not good, because they get tons of people going out there that are interested in PvP. But if you don't want to lose money, lose gear, and get killed, it's probably not a good idea to be a spectator. They have talked about moving it around to where it's not in a PvP zone, and everybody can be looted and killed and stuff, and only the two players competing are there. You'll have to look more into that particular event for that. For me, it's not my cup of tea. I used to go before we had persistence, because I didn't really care if I lost things. You're not going to find me there now. Sorry, I'm just not a PvP person. So, not bad-mouthing anybody's events or anything. Please, please, please understand that. The next thing I want to talk about is avatarcircle.com, and you can see I have avatarcircle.com. That is the web address. They have a few things on here. I'm only going to speak about the thing that I call events, and I'm going to that. And it is going to provide an events calendar by day of what's going on. So today's Saturday, September 10th, and you can see by date, and this is New Britannia time, because, I haven't set a specific time to my time zone or anything like that, but this is the events of today. And as I've talked about in other videos I shot today, what we did was we did this Grandmaster Crafting event at 1 p.m. New Britannia time. We've now scheduled one for October 1st to repeat, and that is a bit away, so I'm kind of scrolling through the dates. Then we go September 30th, and we go to October 1st, and guess what? Another Grandmaster Crafting event. Now, the way the events get listed in here is you need to there's probably many community members that can get your personal Gmail address added, and then you post on a specific quote-unquote guild or group's calendar. I'm right now still posting on the not Port Phoenix, but the Phoenix Republic, because my guild is Prism, and we are part of this republic, which has many guilds and stuff involved in it. There are other people that have other links. I can't give a lot of information on who to contact other than Kazyn Phoenix Fire, and that would be Kazyn Phoenix Fire. But I believe the fire is F-Y-R-E instead of fire, F-I-R-E. But you can also contact me, and I can try to get you in touch with him. I don't know the best ways to get it on here, but this is a really complete calendar, I believe, of more events. I think there are some competing calendars going on. I don't know what's going to happen with, it's silly to have the same information two places, and it only listed in one place and not in the other, and who lists it where, and who uses which one, and things like that. I can't help you on that. There are the official forums also, which I am going to show you in one moment. So the next thing I want to show you is how to get to the Shroud of the Avatar forums. So in Google, I've typed in Shroud of the Avatar forums. Well, forums, and it's going to get me here. What I'm going to be looking for is under early access community events, and that's how I'm going to find new events. Under release 33, that's where I can list feedback and or bugs and things like that. Just FYI. We're going to look under here, and before we used to have to list our events by when the release was, but now we just have a persistence events category. One of the things that we have stickied here is Barrick saying send him a PM of the events. What happens from doing this is it gets listed into the update of the avatar, which is published each Friday and is going to be more up to date than the player events in your inventory. The player events in your inventory is going to be, for recurring things, but as a new, spontaneous or one-offs are done, that's why this is important to look at too if you have not looked at Avatar Circle, where they would also be listed. So I'm trying to give you all the options of different places to look and stuff like that, and how to list your event. So if you're having a brand new event, you're going to want to put it here. You're going to want to send a PM to Barrick, and you're going to want to get it on Avatar Circle. At least that's my advice to new guild people or people doing new events. You don't have to be in a guild or whatever. These are some of the steps that I would take personally myself. One of the other suggestions I would make is also make sure your title is relevant. Give it a date, a time, and an event name. That way, just because somebody bumps it up a year later, at least you've shown when it was. So for example, this one's probably pretty good that I did. This one didn't say the year, and I don't know how the wipes will be on this thread or whatever, but I probably should have put a year in there as well. Welcome Quest Mystery Location. We can see we've got a lot of activity, but we don't know when and where it is. Church of the Dark Star, well, we know it's every Saturday. Okay, that's fine. 9/11 tribute. Well, that's probably pretty self-explanatory. It's going to be on 9/11. Every Tuesday, that's self-explanatory. Sky Arena tournament, that doesn't tell me when and where. It's lacking in information. And again, if I'm calling you guys out, please, I'm not trying to. I'm just trying to show new people better ways to express themselves. This is my next event coming up, 9/17, 1 p.m. It's what time, where, the date, and all that. And then you can drill into it to get further information. So anyway, just some thoughts for some people that have current events listed, even if they're recurring or not. And if it's just, one-off events, make sure you give a date, time, and place for it, because it just putting that in the title will help you with a lot of questions, because people will know you have an event. They will send you tells and go, where is it? Where is it again? And even if you put it in the event, they may still send you those same questions. What I found is a comfortable zone. Sometimes I don't get there till 15 minutes before, but I find I have people ask me 45, 30 minutes before because they really want to come to my event. And I think sometimes I fail in this because I only get there right before it. That's certain events. So anyway, it's a good idea to maybe be there a little earlier because people have read about it and they might want to ask questions so that they can determine if they want to come or not. And that may be something I'm failing on, but I would suggest you to maybe adjust how you do it to maybe make your stuff better succeed. One of the next things to talk about is how do you see where these community updates, again, like I've talked about, they come out every Friday. So I've typed in Shroud of the Avatar on Google. I'm going to click that. And here's the weird thing. This is kind of just like the base home page for this. But what you want to go into is I'm going to click on that banner right there. And now I get some information. I got forum chat. There's, a bunch of different things. Updates, spotlights, whatever. What we're going to look at is upcoming events, and this is one place to look at, and it's going to talk about recurring events. Okay, fine, whatever. But now this is kind of mirroring Avatar Circle on events. Now here's the funny thing is, this is my event that I had today, which was the Grand Master Tutoring, but it's showing the boat emote. That was from last weekend, so somehow my same event from last week got in there. That wasn't what happened. But anyway, these are some different ones that should be going on, I believe, tomorrow. Hospitaler, Gladiators, Gridiron, Pexler. I know there is an event that Duke Violation, or well, Duke Violation Cloth, if I'm saying it right, is holding, and that is a 9/11 tribute, and it's going to be at the time when this occurred. Now, if memory serves me, I believe that's going to be at approximately 9 a.m. It's going to start tomorrow 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which would be 8 a.m. New Britannia, which I believe is like something like 8 p.m. Australian stuff. So maybe this one that I'm looking at isn't quite correct on its update. I think Barrick's trying to work on getting it updated, and if we don't give him the right information, obviously he cannot get it in there. And this could go back to the thing that I showed you on a previous screen, showing in the forums where Barrick said please email him with your events, and maybe that's why the 9/11 event is not there. Again, mostly these are recurring events, and this was just a one-time event that I had, and yeah, it's not showing the right event. Hopefully the event that I've got planned for next weekend, which is The Price is Right, and I will be talking about that more in a specific video, because trust me folks, you are going to want to come to this event. I think that kind of covers what I want to talk about for just different ways to find events. It's not perfect. We don't have it all worked out yet. The community's learning, growing, trying to find ways to collate information in the right spot, find what we're doing, just like kind of how, you know, everybody had their own TeamSpeak servers. Now we've got Discord channels. You know, as the game, you know, the game's not launched, but as things go on, we're all working on trying to find ways to congregate in the best means, and that is, of course, events and stuff like that, and then getting the events out to players, and so that they actually show up to the events, so that they can see how rich the community can be, and that is not developer driven. You have a very rich community. I've heard, you know, few people, you know, you didn't get, what was that old song? One bad apple don't spoil the whole bunch, girl. Well, we have some few bad apples, and they don't spoil the whole bunch, girl, because we do have some great guilds and communities and stuff doing things like events that, you know, just freaking make this game rock. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about all this crap. It's getting late. Happy hunting, everybody. Be safe and take care.